Good afternoon. Yep, here we go. Right, been dragged out on my day off again by Amika. You should be filming, Anyway, let's get back to business. Right, I'm going to show you how to do some restaurant-y type tricks, secrets, Right, when you go to a Chinese, and I don't mean high street chippy, I mean a nice Chinese restaurant, and you taste that beef and it tastes like fillet steak and it's gorgeous and it just melts in your mouth. I'm going to show you how to do that at home easily for next to no money. Now you can use cheap beef, and what I'm saying about cheap beef, I mean cheap beef, like, you know what I mean, as long as it's in like something that you can slice into bite-sized pieces. You use rump steak, slice that, but this is called velveting. Now, velveting, you use bicarbonate of soda, water, dark soy sauce, and a bit of garlic and a bit of ginger, which is going in the main dish anyway. Now, this stuff, when you do it like this, I'm telling you now, if you're going to cook this for your missus or a dinner party or anything like that, best steak dish. The best steak dish from, I wouldn't even say it's Korean, it's just kind of Oriental style. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, I don't know if it's Chinese or Japanese or what it is, because it is quite a basic dish, but fantastic. Trust me. So, velveting, let's get back to business. Now, I've got this steak. Now, again, this is just like a roasting steak. So, if you buy a piece of roasting, and it's kind of like too much for the 2 years or 4 of us, cut the end part off, use this as your Chinese meal. Do you see what I'm saying? So anyway, back to business. We got pieces of beef. Now I cut these in bite-sized pieces, as you can see, nice bite-sized pieces. Some of them are like them a little bit longer, a little bit thicker, so you've got like the textures, right? Velveting is 3 things. I'm going to go to the main ingredients later, right? But it's 3 main things. Bicarbonate of soda, you're talking £1 for the tin. You need a teaspoon. Sprinkle that on top of it, right? Now, before any of us get on, bicarbonate of soda, yeah, you don't taste it in the dish. And by the way, bicarbonate of bicarbonate of soda makes your body alkaline. Right, so cancer cells can't live in an alkaline body, so it's a win-win. It's making your steak taste like fillet steak, and it's turning your body alkaline. Oh, good job. Anyway, back to business. We've got some water. You don't need all that cupful. You just need a splash, really, just to weigh it all down, and some dark soy sauce. The reason why I'm not going through all the ingredients, I don't want to overload it with this, and like, anyway, some dark soy sauce, I'd say about half a cup, again, half a cup of that, again. Right, now, here's the thing, you got to get your hands dirty. Don't worry, mine are clean. So, you squeeze it in, right? You squeeze it in, because you want to break down the fibres of the beef, right? So you give it a good squeeze, and I'm going to stop it right there. The simple reason, let me just put that lid on. That's for tomorrow. 1 second. There we go, just washing my hands. That's for tomorrow. Here's one I did earlier. And as you can see, it's made the beef a lot more tender. It's pliable now. It's pliable, it's softer. I've just washed my hands, I've got to do it again. Right, I'm back. So it's pliable. Bang that to one side, and them two, don't need them anymore. Let's get back to the ingredients. Let me wipe down this board. Now, let's get back to the ingredients. The ingredients for the actual dish is onion, red pepper. Oh, hang on a minute, I forgot something. Ginger, garlic, light soy sauce. We used dark soy sauce before. Light soy sauce, coconut oil, and there's spring onion tops for garnish. They'll come in right at the very end. But when I put the ingredients in front of you like that, the reason why I do it is I can chop in front of you, but this is what I want you to do. So if you're going to cook one of my dishes, screenshot the ingredients and get your ingredients out in front of you. Simple. I know I'm making it, but I do this anyway. This is how I cook. Do you know what I mean? Rather than throw it in, throw it in. Mate, it's a faff. Get all your chopping done. Get all your chopping done. Clean down your area. Stick it in little bowls. Chuck it in. Make it easier. It takes 5 minutes. Anyway, back to work. We've got a pan here that I've had on the go already. Let me get shut of this. Oh, no. I need this. I've got a pan that's been on the go already. First of all, coconut oil. Now, again, coconut oil is my go-to cooking oil. If I'm doing anything oriental, I use this. Anything else, ghee. Which I know you're bored of hearing about that now, but the more you cook with this, the better, right? So, here we go. You've got the cooking oil in, and a little cooking oil. It's one thing I hate is cooking oil and talking about cooking oil. Sorry, I'm getting old. Right, anyway, onions. Now, for two of you, it's just 2 handfuls. Now, I don't want these going to mush. I want them to have a little bit of bite. So this is quite a bit of a fast and furious dish, if you like. So onions straight away in the coconut oil. About the same amount of pepper. I always chop too much. This is like kind of enough for 4 people, really. But, you know, cook for 4. You know, so you and your missus have a nice dinner. A bit later on, have munches. Or you've got 2 kids, happy days. So here we go. We've got the onions, the peppers. We're just coating them in the coconut oil first. We're just getting it cracking, you know what I mean? We're just getting it cracking. So, ginger. I'd say about, I wouldn't say a decent amount, because ginger can overtake, can be a bit strong. I'd say about, if you're cooking for 4, a tablespoon of chopped ginger, right? Use the fresh. I only use powdered ginger really in some curries, some. Not all, that's to the back of your throat. Whee! Hang on a sec. Not all curries, some curries use powdered ginger. Excuse me, right. Powdered ginger, so we've got garlic, straight in after the ginger. Now again, as you can see, this is for me and our Mickey's dinner, you know what I mean? So, I'm holding back a little bit. This is one of the best ways of cooking Oriental beef. And when you eat it, you'll understand it's not Chinese, it's not Japanese, it's kind of a bit Korean, you know what I mean? It's a good mix. So, once we're at this point, the beef that's got the bicarb in, I squeeze out all the other stock. All the other stock with the bicarb in and things like that. Well, it's just bicarb, starch, soy and water, that's all it is. Drop it in. Now, if there's one thing you know about like Chinese cooking or Oriental cooking, flash fry. This is where it gets funky. Let me just wash my hands again. This is one of these messy recipes where I'm like, wash. Anyway. Now, as you can see, this is where it gets funky. Lid it. So, turn it up as well, you know what I mean? Because now, you're kind of like braising that beef. Well, not braising it because it's frying away, but you're kind of locking in, you know what I mean? And it's sizzling away, doing its own thing. Fantastic. This is where the honey, light soy sauce, spring onions at the very, very end. So, now, up to now, right, our Mickey says, you know, when you're cooking, you just throw it all together. You just cook it in 2 minutes. Not really, because it's the prep behind it. The prep behind it is the main thing, do you know what I mean? The more time you spend on the prep, the less time you're going to spend faffing around, oh, I've got this, oh, this is missing, that's missing, Fuck all that. Trust me. Just give yourself 10 minutes to prep and even go through it again. Enough of this. You make cooking 10 times more easy. There's an old saying in the fight game, you train hard and you fight easy. Same thing, prep hard, cook easy. Simple. Now if you could smell this, I swear to God, if you're cooking for your lady And you're behind the stove, hi darling, and she comes in and smells this. Mate, you've scored more brownie points in one dish than you can imagine. See that? Throw out the pan. I better get it because I'll be filming and stand on it, slide. Anyway, let me get rid of that. Okay. So, we're on a slow braise. Not slow braise, it's just a braise. So you basically want to cook the beef to a point where it's kind of like a medium rare steak rather than a boiled old piece of beef. Do you know what I mean? The bicarb and everything has already done the work. Now, as you've noticed, there's a couple of things that needs to go in it, the honey and the light soy sauce. I'm hanging on for that. That's about 5 minutes before service, and I don't put all that soy sauce in. I literally put a few. It's not a dish full of sauce, do you know what I mean? It's more of a dish full of flavour. I don't want to swamp it with sauce. So it's got your garlic, your ginger, it's got the sweetness of the honey. By the way, Manuka honey, don't mess around with the squeezy shit. Trust me, you might as well put a lump of sugar in it, right? Because these companies, they only have to put a certain amount of actual honey in that to call it honey. All the rest is sugar syrup. So go Manuka honey. It's better for you. But if you can't afford it, you understand? But Manuka honey is the way that I go for health benefits as well. You know what I mean? Now, I know that soy sauce isn't the best for you, but this is what I'm saying. The dark soy sauce and the bicarb is still left in there. It's done its job coating. This is a few splashes. Literally a few splashes for 2 of yous or 4 of yous to eat. So you know what I mean? It's not too bad. It's not too bad. This is smelling divine. It's making me hungry. Can't wait for lunch. Really can't wait for lunch. Now, as well, if there's any questions you ever want to ask, just send us a message. If there's any recipes you want to see or questions about recipes, just get in touch. Simple as that. You know, just get in touch. Right, we're at a point now where this beef you can pull it apart. See, you just tear it apart. It's beautiful. Right, now is where the other bit of magic comes in. You give it a good splash of honey. That's about a tablespoon of Manuka honey. So again, between the two that's going to be eaten, you get more out of that, but between the 2 years that's eaten, it's like a teaspoon each, if that. But what it does is, it gives it a sweet little glaze, as you can see. Gives it a nice sweet little glaze. Then goes in the soy sauce. As you see, half a cup, so 2 tablespoons of soy sauce per person. I've ate more of that with some sushi. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as bad as you think, but again, it's not a real over saucy dish. This, it's not like, you know, ladled with sauce. It really isn't, because it doesn't need it. It's one of them dishes that doesn't need it. Now I'm going to turn it up a little bit, ramp it up, give it some nice colour, and away we go. Yeah, there we go. Now, this is quite a filling dish as well. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, if you're having for lunch, just lighten it up. But if you're having it for an evening meal, yeah, get plenty of it on. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, it really is a good one. Everyone I've cooked it for, over the moon. And they've all said the same thing. Oh, how'd you get the beef tasting like I had at this Chinese restaurant in London. Bicarb, baby. Bicarb. I used to use bicarb as well in recovery. In fact, I still do. I have a teaspoon of bicarb every morning with water because it turns your body alkaline. Cans can't live in an alkaline body. It's a win-win. Did I say that before? Anyway, it's a big win-win. It's a double win-win because I've said it twice. Or 4 times. So anyway, the smell is... Honestly, the smell just takes over the kitchen. Really is delicious. Excuse me. And believe it or not, we're there. How simple is that? We're there. Now, again, what I'm going to suggest whenever you cook any beef, or any kind of meat for that matter, is the resting process. Now, the resting process is so important. So, I put my pan lid away. What's it? The resting process, soapy water all over my pan lid. Don't get soap in your dish. So the resting process, it's kind of, if you serve it like that, which is going to be good, when you rest it, the meat relaxes. And as it's relaxing, it's sucking all that sauce in. And when it sucks all that sauce in, it's going to taste better. So, like I've said before, don't panic running around your kitchen. So, put a lid on it, stick it to the back of the stove. You're cool for at least 10, 15 minutes in that sauce. At least. It'll keep hot. Mess around with your rice. I always pre-cook my rice, strain it. And the best rice to use, believe it or not, for this is day-old rice. And I know you think, day old. No, it dries out. So when you microwave it, because it's dried out and it's dry rice and you turn it over, it's dead fluffy. If you use rice that you cooked that day and it's still got some residual water in it, what's going to happen when you microwave it? It might go a bit mushy. Day-old rice, do you know what I mean? You're good for a few days with rice. However, do not mess around with 5-day-old rice, because rice is as bad as shellfish for contamination. Day old, past that, be careful. But honestly, steam the rice, cook your rice, and then, as I say, it dries out in the fridge overnight in a tub. Microwave it once, perfect, absolute perfect. So, leftover rice, how good's that? By the way, leftover rice with leftover beef from the Sunday dinner. I just realised this is a leftover dish and I didn't even know it. I've always served it as a main. Anyway, let's get back to it. Now, as you can see, it's created its own little sauce. Hang on a sec, I'll tell you what I'll do. As you can see, it's created its own little sauce. It's got a nice little glaze. See? Yada. Right, I'm going to serve. Right, so I keep forgetting to bring out the utensils, then I'm cluttering around in the door. Right, so I'm going to serve beef. I'll get some of this beautiful sauce on. Now, and then to finish, some spring onion tops. So there we go. Check that out for lunch, evening meal. Serve that to your missus like that. Trust me, brownie points. There we go. This is what you should be doing. And how long does it take? Prep hard, cook easy. Get behind the pans, gentlemen. Treat your woman right. Okay, I usually give messages at the end. For this one, no message needed. Apart from, cook for your girl. Cook for your woman, cook for your lady, cook for your wife, cook for your mother. Just cook for your lady in your life. I'll catch you soon. Take it easy.